Well, well, well. Wolves 2, Arsenal 2. Now, I don't need to say anything because the Manchester City team will do the talking. Pep Guardiola and the boys will be watching that. And we know what we've got to do. Like I've said all season, we've been here before. We know where we need to be. And at the end of the day, we're getting closer and closer. Even closer that you can just about hear that Jaws music in the background. And all you Arsenal fans, Big Stricto, Robbie Lyle, Cecil, LV General, whatever you're called, who've been tagging me in every game this season, telling me what you're going to do when you win the league, what the parade's going to be like, are you going to win it at the Etihad, all this fucking nonsense you've been coming out with all season, yeah? And I've just kept my powder dry because us Manchester City fans, we don't get as excited as you. We don't do your motto. You have got that motto, dancing in September, crying in May. It's the Arsenal way. So you better pray. You better pray that this Arsenal team, the so-called best in the world, we've been told, who are on for a quad, we've been told, don't flap it now. Because I just watched that and it looks like your arses have well and truly dropped. Up the fucking Blues.
I know it's going to be criticised, we've talked about it before, but I looked at the weather report. You had gusts, this is actually what we're experiencing.
Yep.
There was wind gusts up to 36 miles an hour, and it was a swirling wind. Now,
for both teams.
Now,
Open the door for them. Let's open the door for them. Let's test out their nut. Let's test that. Let's pause. The fuck did I just say? What did I just say, man? I don't understand.
I finally pass and leave this world. I don't even want my friends to lower me into my grave. I want Arsenal players to do it, blood, so they can let me down one more time. Because that's all they do, is let me down. Let the fan base down. Let themselves down. 2-0 up at bottom of the table Wolves. The worst Premier League side in the history of the Premier League. Yeah? The Premier League started in 1992, mate. Yeah? It's 2026, blood. Yeah? You know how many leagues there has been? Do you know how many teams have competed in this Premier League? They are the worst. The absolute worst, blood. And we have struggled against them, home and away. It took 2 own goals to beat them at the Emirates, blood. And now we have bottled, I repeat, bottled a 2-0 lead away at Wolves, blood.
Welcome back to We Are the South Stand. Are we having it, lads?
Yes, we're having it.
It's like we're having it, yeah, but we didn't ask for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you know an Arsenal fan right now, go and give them a hug. Go and hold them. Call their phone. Be there for your friend. Because right now, if Arsenal bottle this title, they might do something that I cannot say on the airwaves right now. The alcohol rate is going up. The drug rate is going up. Everything is going up. This is an SOS. This is an SOS moment. This will be the worst bottle of them all from an Arsenal perspective. And they have a list of them. But if they do not win this title, this one might get scary. I have never seen a fan base who are at the top of the table who are so nervous, so scared, and so fed up with their football club. This is a real SOS moment. And the Arsenal players, the management, it feels like everyone together right now is shook to the core. This is incredible. If Manchester City and Pep Guardiola find a way to win this title, guys, call your homie. Call your homie. Oh my God.
Ahead. Slow ahead. I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chum some of this shit.
Fucking gold. Brilliant.
Welcome all. We're in a title race and we're probably going to win a league that we didn't even fucking try and win.
I know. It's unbelievable. They're just trying to throw it away tonight. It's been brilliant. This morning when I woke up and saw it was 2 each, I couldn't believe it. And I spent the morning watching meltdown of Arsenal fans. It was hysterical.
Oh, well, what was even better was watching the game, because if you've watched the game, then you know that Arsenal look really fucking shit, really nervous. What? Sorry, there's a mad noise.
What's the noise there?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Hold on, I don't know. Is it Steve? Let's have a look. Yeah, it is.
Steve, is it?
Yeah, it is. Hold on one sec, Steve. Yeah. Steve, can you turn your phone? It sounds like it might be what it's on. Yeah, that's better.
That's better.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. I think it's where the mic. Steve, check this out.
Open the door for them. Let's open the door for them. Let's test out their nut. Let's test out. Let's pause. The fuck did I just say?
Serious.
That is mad.
Yep.
He's lost his head. It's like that one. What he's done there is as bad as this.
I don't stutter when I talk. I've said he's been out. He's not doing anything what he's supposed to be doing.
All their heads are going.
Oh, it's proper. It's proper down central at the minute.
Well, it's a lesson learned. Don't do your fan cams at 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's mad. This morning I've woke up to. It's just mental. Like they've just like thrown the towel in. Like completely just gone. We knew this would happen. We just had to tip them over the edge. They've always been on the edge. We had to just tip them over the edge, innit? So it's like this morning. I mean, Don Robbie this morning. I've had him early doors with the Sharks. His heads fell off. He's reading everything I'm sending him and voice notes. I've had Prems there. Every game Arsenal send Prems. He sends me a fish. He's now getting Sharks. That LV General guy that who I don't know, by the way. And for the last 5 years, he's never had any banter with Arsenal. All of a sudden, Arsenal are top of the league. He starts making TikToks tagging me in it. He's now crying, saying Big Steve's coming for me and all that. And it's just a matter of time. You just have to leave our powder dry. You know what I mean? We said on the Big Six show, I said it, we know where we need to be. And us as City fans, we know where we need to be. But they just got so cocky and arrogant. And like you say, it's not over yet, but looking at the way they're playing, that you can tell that the fear factor's got to them now. Tottenham as well at weekend. Anyone that plays them with a bit of a low block, they struggle. Anyone that opens up, like they went to Leeds and Leeds thought they could smash them. Leeds opened up and had a goal and then they battered them. Anyone that thinks, right, we'll just play it coolly and let Arsenal break us down, they can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, look, the media will try and push it another way probably, like during the commentary I noticed a bit, but the last couple of games, I haven't watched the first halves of the Arsenal games. I've watched the second halves. And in both of them, they're absolutely shit. And again, I'm going to say this. I mean, Villa are out the title race probably now, you would say, right? But even if City aren't to win this league, then somehow someone else has to. Because this Arsenal team, right, is so shit, it can't be associated with the Premier League title. Because they're rubbish. And this is the thing that's pissed me off the most, is this narrative, and I know it will happen. If they win the league, the narrative will continue, right? That, this Arsenal team's one of the best ever. They're not. Like the Leicester team for me is better than this Arsenal team, right? Like that Leicester team played beautiful football, right? You could watch Mahrez and Vardy link up all day long, right? You could watch Kante run himself into the ground all day long. There's nothing about this Arsenal. The only reason I watch these Arsenal games is fucking in hope that they drop points. And at the moment, I think what we've seen is, right, last night they dropped points to the worst team in the Premier League, potentially the worst team in the history of the Premier League. Now, this tells me that anyone that says, oh, yeah, well, Arsenal aren't going to drop points. No, Arsenal can drop points against anyone at this point. At this point, they proved last night, if they can drop points to Wolves, they can drop points to Brighton, they can drop points to Everton, they can drop points to Tottenham and Chelsea. And there's not a chance in hell that that team I saw last night are getting a sniff at the Etihad. So now it is and this was funny on AFTV last night, and Steve, that LV General was on there, or whatever his name is, right? And them having a debate after the game about whose hands it was in. Right. And they couldn't get their head around the fact that you've got to play Manchester City. Yeah. Which means that if Manchester City win every game, Manchester City win this league now.
Yeah, 100%.
That's where it is.
And we've done that. We've come leagues like before, haven't we? We've done that. Didn't we win 14 games in a row to take Liverpool down or something like that? 14, 15 games.
I mean, if you look at, I was looking the other day, about the treble season. So the treble season, we played Nottingham Forest and drew. And then after that, I think we won every game apart from drawing to Brighton and then obviously losing to Brentford on the last game of the season.
Brighton was a dead rubber. We'd wrapped up the league by then, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
We won every single game.
No, Brighton was a dead rubber because we played Chelsea. We played Chelsea before them, and that's when we lifted the trophy.
I'm talking about different seasons then, mate. No. Yeah, it was Brentford. No. Treble season. It was Brentford we played on the last game of the season. So Brighton, we drew. But apart from that, won every game. But you are right, Pulpy. I think we did it in...
When we got 98 points and we won the last 10 games to beat them.
Yeah.
So we have got... It's there. There's evidence that we can do it. It's just there. And I think that's psychological damage from that. You know, they've got 10 points out of the last 27. If they'd have won 2 of those games, the league's over.
Yeah.
If they'd have picked another 6 points out of that, the league's over. There's no way we're turning around 10 points.
It's the points. It's the points we've thrown away as well. Like some the way we should have won. Brighton at home, we should have won. Chelsea last minute, we're winning that. You know, Tottenham. And then United, we get rolled over against United, and it's like you're looking back there, and they've opened this door wide many times. We've not took advantage, but feels a bit different now after the Anfield win, after the way we're playing. Looking at the team, looking at the players coming back, John Stones, Jeremy Doku, Savinho, etc., all coming back. It just looks like we're finally getting the gang back together at the best time of the season when we need it. You know.
Steve, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I felt the manner in which we won that match at Anfield has created so much momentum for the squad going forward now.
100%. And I felt it in the stadium. I felt like the fans needed that bit of drama to kick us up the arse to say, you know what, we're back in the mix. And I feel like the momentum of the last couple of games where we've been, the fans have been on it. And Newcastle, Saturday night, 8:00, the whole stadium will be pissed. Probably. So it's gonna be mad. So we just got to get it ramped up now. And like you say, we've got to get galvanise the fans with the players. We've got to create an atmosphere at weekend and show them, like, we want them to be sat at home, like looking at that tele and thinking, wow, the Etihad's rocking, everyone's bouncing, City are playing good football. That's what we want, because that's when it just infests inside them. They think we can't do it. Last night they give up. They were begging. 10 minutes to go. They were begging for the final whistle. That's not the sign of a team that are confident. You should be singing top of the league, champions or whatever. We would be singing, wouldn't we? Like, we're going to win the league or something like that. But they're just not, because they know now, like, shit, it's getting a bit too close. You know what I mean? So it's good. I think we'll beat them in the cup final as well. I think we'll beat them in the cup final.
They just can't get wins over the line. They just can't do it. They've peaked too early. And now they're scrambling around to try and get a victory by any means, and that involves the dark arts and players saying they're injured, so they come off and get. It's just like every other cracks are starting to show, and they haven't got the skills or the mentality to grind out wins. And look, if they'd have hung on to last night 1-2-1, they've got a stinker over the line, and it would have helped them, but they just can't got that in them. And I reckon Spurs will be up for it at the weekend. Yeah. And a big thing that I think is going to help us is
it Tottenham's ground?
Yeah. But every single team now that is in a game against Arsenal, the fans every single fans are singing second again. And if that's ringing round every stadium they're playing, that is going to affect them bad.
But do you know the worst thing about that, right? Is if you watch that clip of the Wolves fans. Sorry, I'll play it for you. Watch the Arsenal fans, right? Now, at this point, we have to remember, Arsenal is still 5 points clear, right?
Yeah.
So why the fuck are Arsenal fans nodding in agreement with the Wolves fans singing second again? You can see that they know this is a thing and now they're doing mathematical gymnastics to try and work out how everything's going to be okay. And it's like, I'll keep saying it. I have never seen a fan base so desperate in all my life, right? And I honestly did think that, you know what, this season Arsenal might win it. But they keep inviting us to this party that we don't want to be at, right? And I believe now it's got to a point where, fuck it, we want to be here now because you've invited us. We're gonna turn up and we're gonna dance. I think that Liverpool game, watching the Rodri performance in that game, and also even when Rodri came on against Salford at the weekend, right? I think players like Rodri, the fact that Diaz is just coming back as well. It's like exactly like Steve said, the gang are getting back together.
Yeah, I
think it was a case. It was a case. I've just been for dinner tonight with Dave, who's a City fan from Manchester.
We're aware of Dave, the City fan from Manchester.
We know Dave.
Yeah. He we're talking, and we had Leo, which you met, Daps. He's a Tottenham fan from North London, and we're just thinking, hang on, we haven't done anything. They've just let us back in again. Yeah. It's all their own. It's all their own doing.
It is.
We are. Another Liverpool fan. The Liverpool game made a huge difference and mentality-wise, but until then, we were very, very inconsistent. Played well for one half and then rubbish the second half. I haven't played that well, and suddenly we're in the title race again because they've done it themselves. You're thinking we've got a chance here.
We're sleepwalking into a title race, aren't we?
Yeah.
Just gone about our business. No, we all us as City fans understand. As much as we'd like to win a title, we're probably not going to do it because we're just not good enough this year. But all of a sudden, we just carried on doing our thing, staying our lane, and all of a sudden now we've got to win all our games to win the title. It's sort of like, okay, exactly now we'll have it. You know what I mean?
And that
I personally think that City and Arsenal will lose games between now and the end of the season.
Yeah. But this is the thing. When they were doing this fucking mental maths gymnastics last night, right? Going, oh, well, if City win every game or if Arsenal win every game, I'm thinking, we ain't winning every game. Let's be real. Honestly, I've never seen a City team lose so many games, draw so many games. And this is why I'm kind of at a point now where I'm going to stop trying to think with sense. I need to, because thinking with sense has got me to a point of me thinking Arsenal are going to win this league. What Arsenal have now proven to me, right, is they are complete fucking Bottlejobs, and we don't need to be the best Manchester City to win this league. Like we can. That's the truth. And do you know what? And I'm going to keep saying it. I feel like I'm watching teams like Wolves second half, by the way, played some really good football, right? So when I'm watching these Arsenal games, I should be seeing Arsenal look like, the better team, playing good football. Why every game I'm watching away from home, let me add, because at home they're scraping results, but away from home, why am I watching the other team and thinking, this team actually look like the team going for the title, not Arsenal, right? Like, Wolves were playing some good football last night. Arsenal are just playing stinky, horrible, nasty, disgusting, nervous football.
It's just pragmatic, nasty football, and it just win at all costs. Us of the past, even Liverpool last year when they won a title, you go to teams like Wolves and you train up, you just put the pressure on and stamp on the throat, and it's 3-4 and it's done. There is nothing back. Arsenal haven't got that in them.
No,
just haven't got them in. I haven't got it in. They haven't got a killer instinct.
And
there's no point. Also, Daps, there's no point doing this whole we're going to win these games or which games do you think they're going to win? Do you think they're going to lose? Look at what they've done over the last 3 seasons. Every time they get close to this sort of title race, and people start saying, "Oh, that game will be easy. That game they should get 3 points." How many times have we turned around after those fixtures have been played and we look at it and look at the result and you go, "Oh shit, I wasn't expecting to do that."
Yeah, exactly.
They've been doing that for 3 seasons straight. They drop points against the clubs you don't expect them to, and that is a complete justification of the fact that they just lose their mentality in those last dozen games of every season.
LB was talking about it. Someone was saying, "Oh yeah, Arsenal won't lose to Chelsea." Like I think an Arsenal fan said, "Yeah, we won't lose to Chelsea," and he was like, "Yeah, I have no doubt. Like you will beat the teams that you like, the better teams you'll beat. Arsenal will probably beat Tottenham, right? But they will go and Arsenal really will go and drop points to like I said, they dropped last night to Wolves. Yeah, that is, and let's be real, like Wolves at the Emirates gave them a damn good game as well. And I just think looking at it, you're seeing Gabriel Jesus losing his head at the final whistle. You're seeing Raya and Gabriel make mistakes that probably we haven't really seen a lot of this season. Their heads are going all over the place. Zubimendi absolutely shocking, shots and passes, and they just really don't impress me at all. And this is, like I said, people, I am jumping on a bandwagon. I'm going to openly admit it. I did not think we are winning this league, right? I really didn't, right?
I was the same as you. I didn't think we were good enough. I
didn't. Someone's just sent this in, right? If we win this, Arsenal needs to fold as a club. Now, it's mad because United get a bly. United always seem to get a bly, right, when it comes to bottling because, the bottle of fucking our first Premier League, 93-20, that is the worst bottle job I've ever seen, to be 8 points clear with 6 games and fucking bottle it to a team that's never won a Premier League before, That is, I don't think any bottle job can ever fucking.
And in that season, they were 4-2 up against Everton at home as well.
You just think about that. You literally, United, you really fucked up, right? You really fucked up, because this is your fucking neighbour, your noisy neighbour, You're 8 points clear with 6 games to go, and you let them win the league.
And you look at the way we played the first half of that season too. We should have walked the league as well.
Yeah.
And you don't realise if they'd just won those games, they may have set us back another 5 or 10 years before we won another title. Or before we won a title.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You let us in, and even with the fact that it was one of the last kicks was literally, cheers, that whole thing you've done about playing to the final whistle. We're having that now. Thank you. But no, you look at this at the moment, and it's the thing with the Arsenal lot is it's everything they've told us that they're going to do. That's what kills me. It's the treble, the quad, the fact they're going to get. Apparently, they're going to win at the game before they played us at the Etihad, and we were going to give them all of that crap. The fact they keep telling me they're coming to the Etihad and getting 3 points when the last time they did that, fucking. Giroud was still playing for them, right?
Dabs. The southern version of a Liverpool fans. Entitled. All of them.
Yeah.
They are. Liverpool fans are the same. Entitled.
Right. And sorry, can I just hold? Sorry. So let's just read this. City fans have gone early again. Right. Again. When have we ever gone early? Please tell me when we've gone early. Please tell me. I'll wait, we had never gone early and not won it, bro. So you can't say again because we don't go early, right? This is the thing. I'm saying it as a City fan that has been negative as fuck this season. And honestly, I'll openly admit, if we win this league, we've half won it, but we've also half been handed it by you lot, this is not me going.
This might be one of those seasons where they say City didn't win it, Arsenal lost it, or Arsenal.
Correct.
It doesn't matter, does it? It don't really matter. Don't matter how you win it, don't you? So.
And this is the thing. Honestly, I have been saying we ain't winning it. We ain't winning it. You lot are just funny. We ain't winning it. You lot are just funny. Watching you lot's funny. But it's got to a point now with the level of bottling, I'm actually here going, oh shit, we probably are going to win this. Like, and do you know what? I'm going to say, if Arsenal win a league, do you know what I will do? I'll say, congratulations. I've got a lot of fans that are Arsenal fans. I'll say, you know what? And a few of them will get a day out with their kid and they'll get to fucking cry and do all of that shit. And I'll say, enjoy the day. Yeah. Well done. You've got it over the line. The fact is, you lot have been telling us that you'd got it over the line already, right? Like, you lot are the arrogant ones, not us lot, right? I'm here. And like I said, I'm at a party and I'm wearing my school trousers because I didn't realise I was invited, so I didn't fucking get an outfit, right? And now I'm at the party and I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm at the party. I might be in my school trousers and my school shoes, but I'm going to dance the shit out of this dance floor, right? That's I'm here.
No, Dabs, you're at the party. You're at the party, and somehow Arsenal have locked themselves outside.
Bro, honestly, and I don't know. Look, the weird thing is, I don't know if anyone also. There was another relevant game last night, and it was Newcastle. Newcastle absolutely battered. What were they? Carrier bag. Yeah. They absolutely battered them. Now, will Newcastle bring that confidence to the Etihad and finally get something at the Etihad? No. I very much doubt it.
Because they'll have flown back from Azerbaijan, which is not close, by the way. That's at least a 7-hour flight. They'll have got home this morning. They won't be training today, so that's Thursday. They'll probably go and train tomorrow, Friday, and then they've got a travel Saturday. And a lot of those players won't be playing anyway. They've not got Bruno, have they?
Yeah. So I can't, Bob. You already know it's a mentality thing, and in their heads.
It does help. They've got a 5-goal lead too. So
I mean, what's more important to them, and the more important to them is they play next week, don't they? So they'll be thinking these lads that are tired the weekend are going to have to just rotate.
I also think just that extra day playing on the Wednesday instead of a Tuesday is a big factor too.
Yeah. So they've got they play Tuesday now, don't they?
Yeah.
So they won't be putting this that team that's just waxed them 5, 6.
I mean, Bruno G's out. Looks like Joel Linton's going to be out as well too. So. Yeah, they're going to be short. I think they're going to be short some bodies in midfield.
Yeah, and sorry, just to imagination, Daps, answer, what does that make City if the Bottlers end up beating City to the league in the cup final, Daps? What does that make City? And someone's just said, like, bro, this is the truth. Brother, I thought City were like, and there's evidence here. At the start of this season, I predicted Manchester City to finish third, okay? Right? You're not getting what I'm saying. I predicted Manchester City to finish third. Up until this morning, I was still thinking Arsenal were going to win this league. Like I said, I'm answering your question now. Like I said, bro, I did not expect us to be here, yeah? This is a Manchester City team in transition, right? We've had our period where our nerve was tested, right? We've had our period. Doing a fucking treble, doing a 4-peat. That tested our bottle, and guess what? We did it, right? Right now, I don't know about our fucking bottle at this point, bro. We've been tested. No, let me answer him, please. So, if you lot win it, like I said, I'll say, well done. You've gone through your 6 or 7 phases, of transition. You got given those 6 or 7 phases, right? And well done, you've got it over the line. You know what? I remember, I was thinking last night, I did a show with an Arsenal fan back in the October of the season that we won the treble, right? So what was that? That was 3 years ago, yeah? And he was going on about, because Arsenal were top, he was going on about, Daps, you need to give Man City, Arsenal more respect. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, we're top, you need to respect us. And I said, respectfully, you need to give us more fucking respect, yeah? Because we've done it, yeah? We've won leagues. So please don't talk to me about respect. Win the league, and I'll congratulate you, and I'll give you respect. We are 3 years on. You've still not won one single trophy, so it's a good fucking job I didn't give you that respect 3 years ago. Honestly, Arsenal fans, please, next season, don't talk until a trophy is lifted. Please, just don't talk until a trophy is lifted. And people will like you a bit more. People will like you a bit more.
It's like I said It's like I said at the start of the season, and Pat will verify this. I think we'll finish 4th or 5th, even lower, because I knew it would be a transition.
Yeah, but you're just a miserable side.
Yeah,
but I was actually being honest. I thought we're rebuilding. We're in a transition season. We're going to have to be patient.
Yeah, facts. I'm still there.
And I actually said Arsenal will win the league.
Alan, with all due respect, you probably said that too, knowing full well that if we did end up anywhere higher in the table, then you were exceeding expectations.
Yeah, yes. That's politician talk, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
See,
low ball on yourself, mate. Yeah.
But that's where
you can't bullshit a bullshitter.
I'm at the party, right? I'm looking around at loads of fucking 10 out of 10 birds thinking, why am I at this party? Who invited me to this party? Bro, I'm still not sure if I deserve to be at this party, but I'm at the party, okay? And that is the whole thing. Arsenal, you really should have fucking won this league a long time ago. But my biggest thing is you know what, right? Arsenal used to be known for years and years, and in most of the history of the Premier League, correct me if I'm wrong, Arsenal have been known for playing beautiful football. Yeah. They've absolutely fucking sold their soul this season as well. Absolutely sold their soul. Now, if they don't win it, is all this shit negative football, or actually do you want to see some nice football? Because when I think about the Centurions in the football we got to see, how beautiful that was. And you're watching, if this Arsenal Skoda, fucking 88 plate Skoda, manages to make it over the line, then...
Well, you remember that Arsenal team of Henry? That was it. When it 4-0 up at Main Road that time. That's one of the best teams I've ever seen ever play football live.
And watching
it was like slow motion. It was like a cinematic scene from a movie. And now what we've got now is just terrorism football.
Yeah,
and it's just
when Henry wasn't turning it on. It was Bergkamp.
It's just Now
you don't even need to go that far back, though. You don't even need to go that far back. You can actually go back to the first title race with us. That first season, they were playing nice football there, and season on season, they've just got more and more desperate for this trophy. And do you know what? I feel for the fan base a little bit, because we spoke about this before. We went from finishing third one season and not really, we were trying to get Champions League football, right? And we got Champions League football by coming third. And then the next season, all of a sudden, we won a league. We didn't have this period of desperation, but I just look at this Arsenal team, and here's the difference. That Liverpool game, for me, showed me the difference. Right? Haaland, Donnarumma, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and Pep Guardiola. And you know what? I'll put fifth in there, Pep Guardiola. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that there weren't other great players on the pitch. I think Nico O'Reilly was phenomenal. Gahey was phenomenal. But when you look at Donnarumma, been there, done it. When you look at Haaland, been there, done it. When you look at Rodri and Bernardo Silva, been there, done it. And then you look at... then you go and look at Pep, been there, done it. And I think that the fact that Liverpool game away at Anfield, those four players stepped up, it kind of tells you our monsters that know how to win leagues have arrived.
And that the impact that has on the rest of the players, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. They'll probably know that if we can get a run going, we can probably do something, something goes like that. And the players, without even having to say anything, can say, just look at the other guys in the face and you just know something's changed.
The ones that have done it will carry the ones through that haven't.
Just know something's changed, lads. All we've got to do is, this is the benchmark now. You've set the standards now for the rest of the season, and this has got to be it. You've got to fight for everything, fight to the end.
Yeah, exactly.
And to be fair, though, it means nothing if we don't beat Newcastle, by the way.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. This is the thing, Popey. Look, I still know that Leeds game looks horrible, right?
Yeah, we've had horrible games in the past, but it's just it doesn't matter about Leeds. We've got to beat Newcastle. But this doesn't matter if we win 1-0, as long as we just have to beat Newcastle on Saturday night. That is all that matters.
But brother, look, the way Man City fans are talking is like you've won the league today. No, trust me. You won't see.
We've seen this before.
You won't.
Sorry, mate. Imagine it. Sorry, we've seen this before.
The difference is, I have been saying from the start of the season, we're beating Arsenal at the Etihad. That's 3 points, right? And we still have a game on hand over you, right? I have been waiting for it to get to a point where, right, mathematically, Manchester City can now win this league. We win every game, we win the league. It's not done yet. It definitely isn't done yet. But all I've seen is repeatedly over the last couple of weeks, if you boys away from home dropping points, and I just look at things, I look at little things like there was a point in the game last night where Declan Rice was moaning. I don't even know what he was moaning about, right? I just saw him and he looked frustrated, yeah? And they just you don't look like a team that looks ready to go into business end of the season at all. Right, you really do not look ready for it, and we have to look at this is a City team that went to Anfield, knew that if we lost that game, we'd probably be out of the league, and won it. And I don't think it's a coincidence that our big names stepped up in that game, our ones that have done it before. I think we're probably about to see Rodri start putting in some proper Rodri performances. I bet you in the next couple of weeks we start really talking about how Rodri's cooking again, right? Diaz coming back, that's going to be massive as well. And also as well, I believe we've got Doku and Savio due probably back this weekend. It is like, I mean, before we know it, Kovacic will be back. I don't know. It's all looking good.
Here's the thing, all right. So my prediction is I don't think we'll even have to beat Arsenal at home. I just think we don't have to lose against them. It'll get to that point where it's so close.
You really think that?
Yeah.
Look
at our next. When is it? 4 games until the cup final we've got.
Yeah, about 4. Yeah.
4 games. So I think by then we'll either be level on points with them or in front of them.
Yeah. See, do you know what? Someone just mentioned Foden. This is the maddest thing. That when I'm talking about players that have been there, done that, seen it all, Foden. Yeah, Foden. So I'm saying his name, Foden. Yeah, I do. The mad thing is, bro, right now, yeah, and let's be real, Foden has had a season probably about the same as Saka, I would say. He might have potentially had a better pick. But do you know what? Foden probably had a better season, and Foden hasn't had a good season, by the way. But he probably has had a better season than Saka, right?
Yes,
right.
On average, he's been crap all year.
Been crap all year. Saka's just got a 350 grand pay rise. So, I am talking about Foden. And I do think that all of a sudden, you'll probably see Foden fucking start turning up.
Even if he doesn't, we've got other players that will. It doesn't rely on one player, this.
Yeah.
Does it? We're where we are, despite Phil Foden being poor for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hope Savio can turn a corner. I hope he can start finding some good form.
I think Doku's going to be a huge when he comes back.
Yeah.
He's sort of found that number 10 role, and he is, especially the counter attack, just coming inside 10 yards and having him in front of behind Semenyo and Haaland.
I mean, Semenyo coming in and I will say it. Shout out to our board who in January, knowing we were in the title race, said, right, we're going and getting 2 Premier League proven players. We're not fucking about here and going and getting any. We're going and getting the best defender that we can get right now in the market, and probably the best winger we can get in the market that are Premier League proven. And they're both, and you can see it. Look, Semenyo's performances.
Don't matter.
Exactly. They're never going to look. His performances are never going to look as good as Doku's, right? Ever on the eye, but his output is substantially better than Doku's already. Yeah. So it's all of a sudden. I think, but I do think when I'm looking at it, it's the Bernardos, the Diazes, the Donnarummas, the Haalands, and the Rodris, having them lot there. And I do think
your captains, they're so important.
And I did just list the captains, in fact, didn't I?
Yeah, it is those guys that have been there, done it, and when it really matters, step up and show them that they can do it. And that those 4 or 5 players you talk about there, 5 years ago, they were the ones looking up to other players, thinking, "These are the guys that I'm looking up to." Your John Stoneses and your David Silvers and your De Bruynes. They're the ones that were infecting the next one down to show them how it's done. So
that's why I'm saying this.
Look at the next lads down from that. You have your Kustanovs in there, and your O'Reillys and your Fodens and your Cherkis. They will have now been spent 3 or 4 years under that intense leadership groups, just showing them how to do things. Yeah, and Gahey coming through. It's just all these players like that. It's the perfect sort of storm. You need catalysts like this to get the best out of the players that are there, give them something to fight for. They know what's at stake, know what's on the line.
Yeah.
And, if so be it. But
remember when we won our first trophy under Pep, that cup final in 2018? Who were the goal scorers? Sergio, David Silva, Vincent Kompany, our senior citizens. You know, and I think that set the tone. That set the tone for those players, not only to go on and obviously blitz the league, but then obviously take that experience in that and do what we did the following season. I'm looking at this season as though and yes, I do agree with you. I think there was a sense of a rebuild. I still think we're maybe one or two pieces away from getting a full squad. But now that we're in this cup final, now that we're in a title race, I think there's so many opportunities here now where we can go out there. Hopefully we can get one over Arsenal in the cup final. And I think it's going to it'll just set the tone for maybe not just for the run for this season for those young players who may not have had a chance to experience winning silverware, but I think it's going to lay down a marker for next season as well too. And I'm as much as I'm looking forward to the end of this season, I think the start of next season could be absolutely incredible. I'm really excited for next season.
Even if we had that cup final and lost, I still think they'll be able to turn that into something and say this can never happen again. You know
unless we lost that cup final 4-0, I think it's a positive experience anyway. Or like
I know knowing this the way these players are, the mentality is they'll never allow that to happen again.
Bro, sorry, bro, you're really not getting it, right? You're really focusing in on trying to find a way to call Manchester City bottlers. Listen, we should not, like I said, I thought we were going to finish third. We should not be here. Alan, correct me if I'm wrong. Start of the season, you were saying we need to remember this is a rebuild, right? And that we're not going to be there yet, right?
It is what I always said from day one, and you know that. Said from day one.
You did.
It's a rebuild, and we're in transition, and we're going to need to be patient. It's not going to happen overnight.
And this is the thing. And when you're saying you have told the world we are bottlers, no, we haven't told the world. You've shown the world. Yeah, we haven't. I've been on shows repeatedly saying Arsenal are going to win the league. Right? I think Arsenal are going to win the league. But
so have I.
You lot have driven me to go and fucking hell. Do you know what? These lot don't want to win the league. And honestly, I'm looking at this Arsenal team thinking, like, listen, if we win this league, this is not going to be about City winning this league, right? Because this will be probably the worst league we've ever won, right? If you look at what points we're on, right? You would probably say this is going to be the lowest points we've got in all the seasons we've won a league, right? This is going to be about the season that Arsenal fucking bottled it. Yeah, it's not going to be it's not going to be about like I've got right, and I'm not doing the historian thing. I'm not going back fucking hundreds of years. I've got proof. Yeah, I've got special moments. I've got Istanbul. I've got 4-piece. I've got 100 points. Yeah, I've got all of that. Right, I'm good. I'm comfortable.
We don't have to prove anything to anyone anymore.
But I'm really, honestly, there's times where sometimes I go, do you know what? Let's finish outside of the top 4 so we get a European trip to a shithole, right? That's where I am. That's where I am. Like, I'm not here begging for a Champions League. I've got one of those. Honestly.
Oh, Dabs, you still got the shits that we're not in Europa League because you could go to Istanbul again this season, possibly go to Istanbul this season.
Yeah, remember that. Remember that when I was saying, let's.
We're going nuts about that, saying, please.
This is where we are. We're not desperate for any trophy whatsoever, and even more so, like I've said, what I'm happiest about this season is that the board have shown us that they are not going to allow us to drop off the face of the earth. Right? They've shown us the levels they want to be at, and I know that in the next season or two. Now, if we win a league this season, like I said, I'm giving 50% of us winning it to you lot and thanking you lot because you've gifted it us. We shouldn't be here. We should
exactly.
Not be here.
I agree. We haven't played that great this year, and we're still in it.
I am talking this morning. I'm talking right now. I am saying you lot play fucking shit, negative, nervous football, yeah, and don't deserve to be associated to a Premier League title. That is exactly what I'm saying. Clip it up, fucking store it on your phone, right? I am saying that this Manchester City team probably don't deserve to win a Premier League. I'm saying that, yeah? but you lot are that fucking shit that we're going to end up winning it.
I'll say one thing now before we go. I'll say one thing. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Because that'll rattle them.
You know, Spurs are going to get absolutely smashed at the weekend, don't you? So don't bet anything.
You never ever know.
You know that game's either going to be Spurs are going to get slapped up 5-0, or they're going to win 2-1. There's nothing in between. Nothing in between.
In the final.
This comment here from Stephen Daps: which team wins a league in 1 year of rebuilding? Literally, not even. The year is not finished. Right, the rebuild is crazy. It's actually crazy. But hey,
Alonso won a Bundesliga undefeated in his first season or whatever it was, or first full season.
I mean, Pellegrini wasn't bad, to be fair.
Yeah.
Pellegrini's first season was pretty damn good because he brought in quite a few players. He brought in Navas, Negredo,
Fernandinho, who was apparently 28. Yeah,
quite a few, but not 14 players in a year. Anyway, right. I'm off to work now, so thank you everyone for being here, watching with us. Nothing as far as in the news of City. Not much going on, really. I mean,
there's rumours kicking up about Gibbs White again.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I think that'll get done, you know.
I do as well.
So do you think they'll go for Gibbs White over Anderson or go for both?
Both. If Forest go down or they're in deep shit, they'll sell them both.
Yeah.
They will. It makes sense to sell them both because they'll get a shitload of money, and they can what they've sold for 2 players, they can probably invest in 3 or 4.
Yeah, and do you know what? Listen, and there'll be an absolute meltdown in our fan base, and I mean,
yeah, they will.
But now, do you know what? The one thing Morgan Gibbs White and Anderson brings us is some real fucking. You know, we've been saying we look a bit weak physically in midfield. Well, those two help strengthen our midfield.
I think Gibbs White gets done if Bernardo goes. Otherwise, I think Anderson will be the priority. But I think if one's going for the midfield, I think they'll probably look at Gibbs White. Things with City, when players start getting rumours like that, and it keeps popping up, it tends not to go away.
Yeah, facts.
Correct.
Right, people. Thank you very much for everyone being here. Please smash a like on the way out. Drop a comment once the video is done, and we will be back potentially this evening, but more than likely tomorrow with LB. Everyone have a good day, and if you live in the Bedford region, watch out for Postman Daps arriving at your door.